Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Welcome to my channel. This is Varush and this is the Pick a Card channel. Make sure to like and comment to make the energy real. I have a timeless pick a card reading for you guys today and I'm excited to offer it to you. This is a timeless reading, which means that you can watch it anytime. I have a all signs reading available on the main channel, youtube.com/Varush. And that is a reading that covers an answer for every single sign of the zodiac. So from Aries to Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I'll answer the same question there. How does he feel about you? I've done the reading here today for you guys, so you can choose from 3 different options. Your first option is the dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. So if you're drawn to that, then choose number 1. If you choose number 2, you have the stag spirit. Take the lead, so you can choose number 2 if that speaks to you. And take number 3 if you like the eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. So our options today are dog, stag, and eel spirit. So choose that option and then go over to the main channel where you can find out an answer for your specific sign. So that is in the description as well. Also, if an option that you choose doesn't resonate for you, feel free to choose another option until you're settled on an energy. You're welcome to do that as well. I also have a membership feature on the main channel you guys can find by going to youtube.com/Varush, and there you have the join button. There I have extra videos for members only. It's a really fun community. I'm transitioning away from Vimeo to YouTube for this feature now that we can have videos for you guys. So go check out the membership option. There's 2 videos out there already, including a pick a card. So thank you for taking the time, and thank you to all my members. I unfortunately can't have members on this channel yet, but I'm working on that. So anyway, stick around, choose 1, 2, or 3 to find out how he feels about you. And then these readings were beautiful, by the way, so I hope you enjoy them. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. Hi guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make this energy real. We're going to take a look at the first option of how does he feel, okay? So we're choosing first an animal card to define the energy of the situation. And your first message is the dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. So the core feelings that he's feeling at this time are that he wants to stay loyal to what he loves. And that's the primary thing that he is being guided by in order to in some way relate to you in this situation. So loyalty is the top priority. Dogs in the Lenormand represent friendships. So this is a friend or something like that. I'm going to have 4 different options in which you guys can clarify. You can maybe choose one of the options to figure out which energy is dominant in your particular situation. So go ahead and do that. But all 4 options are appropriate for this choice. You have the devil first. So he's been involved in a situation that would be considered quite dangerous. So there's something wrong about it. This is something he needs to address before he continues a relationship with anyone. So there's some kind of history, bad relationship, bad choices, bad consequences that he has to address before he makes a relationship real. And then we have the Chariot. So that's very helpful, especially since this card is here. So I feel like he has very big business goals that he wants to achieve. And as he's trying to reach for those goals, I feel like he's trying to balance a dark past with a lot of ambition with regard to work, and then also loyalty towards not only yourself but other people. I feel like you're dealing with someone who has a lot of loyalty to the people around them. Let's see the next message. We have the Two of Wands, a choice or a decision, a deliberation between two different options. He is definitely trying to decide which path to take in life. This is a person who has had a dark past or has had an aspect of his past darkened by circumstances. So moving forward, his loyalty is not only towards you, but also to himself. And he feels the need to really have to be honest with that and honor it. Then we have the Nine of Coins, which is successful financial success and independence. I do want to mention that this represents independence and being single. But I feel like the Nine of Pentacles means that he's working really, really hard towards a financial outcome that will yield for him great success. And I think that he wants to have the appropriate person with him through that. And I think that you're the person he has in mind now. But I think that his priority is really to get away from that devil or whatever kind of past circumstance or life event that he had experienced before. Let's take a look at clarifying the devil. We have the Ace of Stars, the Ace of Wands, and then we have the Two of Angels. That's the Two of Swords. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so that's Mercury in Sagittarius. So there's definitely something from the past is reaching out towards him to get his attention, and he has to address it again. There's an element of making peace with that aspect of his life, so he may be making peace. He might be really settling out his relationship with the previous set of circumstances that are so dark. There is an offer that comes through, but I feel like he's just trying to make peace with it, or trying to figure out exactly make peace with it, or figure out exactly like how to move forward. I think that the offer is actually quite encouraging for the present time to have some kind of contact, but I don't feel like that's the priority of this relationship. I feel like there's a lot of kind things being said back and forth to encourage peace and understanding, but I still feel like this is a reading of someone who's moving on. This is not a reading of someone who is sticking around in old circumstances and ruminating. So whatever dark situation is influencing his life, he's very much in some way trying to get away from it. And I think that he probably feels uncomfortable towards it. So if you're worried about, the ex coming back, or some bad previous circumstances coming into the picture, I don't think that that's what's going on. Then you have the Chariot here. So let's see, clarify. We have the Four of Trees, the Four of Pentacles, Sun in Capricorn. Then we have the Hanged Man, which is the turnaround or the revolution. And then we have the King of Stars, King of Wands, the Alchemist. Okay, so Sag, Leo, or Aries. I feel as though he's waiting on a boss or someone who has financial authority in a situation to do with him. It could be someone who's funding whatever he's doing to make up his decision about his circumstance. So I feel like he's very distracted based on the cards that you've received so far. He's very distracted and yet loyal. It feels like you're dealing with a person who has like a super like guy's guy who wants to be the provider very much, and until he has taken care of his own stuff, he's not very comfortable with being around. He doesn't like to be like a burden on other people. It's not something that he wants. But in this situation, this describes a situation in which he's waiting for a boss or someone who's giving him money towards his business, and there's delays around that. I wonder if the person that you're thinking about is actually in the building, like if he's a builder or if he builds homes. There's something, maybe he's waiting to get into a house. If this isn't to do with work, maybe he's waiting to move into a house or something like that. Move into a house or change his circumstances, and he's waiting for someone to give him the green light to do so. However, I feel like there's still some waiting. There's two cards of waiting here. Let's see the Two of Wands, and let's clarify. We have, so this is trying to make a decision about which way to go in life. We have the Universe, the World card. So maybe an offer has come through for this person in the, like, to travel or to relocate. And then we have the King of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, secondary transits in fire, Sag, Leo, or Aries. So the Architect, the Universe, deliberating between two different options, deciding what his life is going to be. You're dealing with someone who's really trying to figure out who he is in the world, or who he is in the world. You're deliberating and trying to figure out who he is in the world and what he's going to be in the world. So it's very much, he's getting himself ready to be the person that he's going to be in the world. And so he's taking that very, very seriously, moving away from past mistakes, wanting to move towards success, being patient with the world around him in terms of, you know, work and career, and waiting on somebody else's deliberation. Let's see the third card. We have the Three of Trees, which is called dedication. So he's going to choose a path and he's going to stick to it. Maybe computers, or maybe some other professional degree, engineering, that he's going to choose in order to dedicate himself to that path as he steps away from things that are limiting. Let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles. So this is you might be dealing with someone who's quite young, who's just starting their career. Let's see the next message. We have the beginning. We have the Two of Hearts, Venus in Cancer. This is Uranus. And Seven of Trees, which is, I don't know, Seven of Trees, Seven of Pentacles. That's like Mars in Virgo or something like that. So you have the new beginning, love, and a dedication towards a new path. I feel like after some things in his life are settled, and once he chooses a path in life, then I feel like there will be you will receive a lot of kindness from this person. You will receive a lot of if this person feels as though they're lukewarm or cold towards you at this time, that's going to change once those things that he has to address are addressed, and that's when he can step into his moment of really showing you how he feels. I think that you're going to be dealing with someone who does a lot of planning. They're very methodical, careful. They move forward towards their future systematically, and this is what you're seeing is like they're not able to do this, enjoy themselves, and kind of do the emotional side of things until the foundation is sort of taken care of. Let's take a look at your cards. For the Devil, we have deception. So they were dealing with a lot of deception. Someone's wearing a false mask in this relationship. They were deception. I feel like also you don't know the whole story. I feel like you don't know the whole story, and I feel like they are keeping that to themselves in order to manage it better for themselves. Let's clarify the Chariot card. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. For some of you, this person is working for their parent, or possibly working alongside a family member, in which case that's why he has to be very, very patient towards other people's deliberations. But I feel like maybe there is this, if they're not working with a family member, then that the person they are working with is going through family circumstances that they have to heal. And so this person, the love interest of yours, is in some way waiting to the side, waiting for this person to get through a family situation. Now let's clarify the Two of Wands. We have express your love. Go ahead and make that romantic gesture. So I feel like I feel as though this is more to do with choosing the path that this person's going to be on. One of the things you should expect out of a relationship with this person is that they're going to be very, very committed to what they're doing. They're not going to be spending a lot of time on, they're going to be committed to what they're doing. They're not going to be spending a lot of time on just frivolous things. You're going to constantly see them study and work and apply themselves. Okay, so let's clarify the big one. We have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So I feel like after everything is done in this relationship, there is going to be an expression of love, the Two of Hearts, right? And I don't think that you're supposed to get too upset, because this is your friend. This is someone who cares about you a lot. And I feel like there's going to be some long-term decision making soon, but you're supposed to be a part of that. You're supposed to contribute to that. I feel as though someone will have money moving forward. I think it could be a combination of both you and them. So saving is a big part, because until you finally are ready to make a decision about how to move forward in this relationship with this other person, until you're ready to make that decision, you will be in a state of flux. So you will want to hold on to your money before you know exactly which way you're going. So if, in short, does he love you? Yes, he loves you. This person is a very serious person. They might be studious, nerdy, whatever, and they are not satisfied with loving someone when their life is a mess, or when their ducks are not in a row. So they're getting their ducks in a row, and when they get their ducks in a row, then you're going to hear about it, and I think that there's going to be a confirmation of a relationship. So what I think you should probably do is in some way keep your end of the bargain, allow this person to work through the issues around them to get their life right, and you work through anything that's going on in your life to make sure that you're ready. Okay? Make sure to like and comment to make the energy real. Choose number 2 or 3 if you want to choose a different option. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hi guys, thanks for joining me, and welcome to option 2. Make sure to like and comment to make the energy real. We're going to take a look at how does he feel, okay? So as you guys know from the intro, this is timeless, and if you're thinking about a woman, then that's fine. Just how does she feel? Stag spirit, take the lead. So this is saying take the lead in this situation. Now we're going to find out if that's you or them in just a moment. And yeah, if this option doesn't resonate for you, feel free to choose another option. So I'm going to have 4 different clarifier cards. How does he feel? Let's take a look at your first message. We have the Page of Coins, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Secondary transits in Earth as well, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. They're beginning something new, a project or something to do with money. And then we have the Faith card. Either religion is a huge part of their life, or they have a community around them that's very insular, very, very connected, and that they are a part of. So there are a lot of people around them that they're interacting with at this time that they're responsible towards. They could also have a lot of family around at this time. Then we have the 6 of Wands, which is victory over some type of situation. I feel as though this person has just finished a large phase of life, and I feel like this person has finished a large phase of life, and they are very happy to be in the stage of life that they've achieved. They also really want to protect whatever it is that they're beginning, so that's something that's going to be a factor. They're very committed. It's like a new business or something like that they're very, very committed towards. And I feel like the reason that they're doing this is because they want to in some way elevate their community. So community is a huge part of their life. It's very important to them, and that's going to be a factor in your relationship. So be patient with that as a part of your relationship. Then we have the Death card. Okay, so this person is about to make a massive change in their life. They're about to make a massive change in their life. change the direction they're going. They've been working something on their own. I feel like they're pushing forward to be successful. The best way that you can get this person's attention at this time is for you to really kind of be the best at what you're doing, because this person is going very, very fast, working very, very hard, and they just don't have patience for someone who is, you know, just wanting to Netflix and chill every other night. They're just not going to watch TV with you. They're not going to just waste time and be unproductive. This person's about to make a large life decision in their life, or something to do with a Scorpio, but most likely this has to do with a large decision. And the only way that you're going to get to be a part of that is if you're taking the lead. So you can't wait for this person to take the lead. You're supposed to be just as productive and just as into your own things as they are into theirs. When you are super into whatever it is that you're doing, be it school, work, whatever, if you're doing the most in your life, in whatever aspect of your life you are really focusing in right now, then you will be working at the vibration that this person's working at, and then you will complement them and they will be more open towards you. But if you're really slacking off and being lazy, this person's not going to go for it. So if you're waiting for this person to take the lead, they're taking the lead on another thing in their life, and they need someone who's self-directed, who's doing all of these things on their own. They're not being motivated by another person. Page of Coins, we have the Page of Angels, Page of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And then we have, when I say those astrological associations, they're just loose descriptions, okay? Then we have the Emperor, which is Aries. Yeah, this is definitely a new business opportunity. They've seen something new. They've seen an opportunity in whatever business they're running. They're super into it. 10 of Hearts. This person loves their business. This person loves their business or whatever they're doing a lot, and it's it's either like a passion that they've always, you know, committed themselves to, or they have always done this. This is their dream come true, and there could be another person who is bringing in new information that's allowing them to build their business or their idea more. But I think more likely they have seen a new opportunity in something that they're interested in, that they're super committed to doing. So you're dealing with someone who has like a one-track mind right now, because they're very focused towards what they're doing. Let's find out about this community faith. The faith card, Hierophant, represents Taurus as well, but not always, not for everyone. Then we have the Queen of Hearts. She's a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. King of Trees, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, the Architect. And again, these could be men or women, or they could be any sign. And then we have the Eight of Angels, Eight of Swords, Confusion. So there's people around this person who have very, very particular ways of looking at things. So they have very, very specific ways of looking at things, defining them. And they are, whether they're mature or not, whether they're mature adults or not, they have a very crystallized personality. That personality is defined, and it's not necessarily changing so quickly. And I feel like this person is dealing with already stepping away from their community that they're super close with anyway. So they're already feeling as though they're letting that community, that group down, that whether it's a religion or whether it's a community, like in your physical space, like a city community, neighborhood, whatever, or maybe it's a cultural community. But there's two people specifically in that group that have very rigid expectations, and they represent like the dogma of that community. So if it's a religion, they're the most religious people, right? And if it's in a community group, like a neighborhood, then they're the ones always volunteering. So they're the most stringent and strict people. And in some way they're paying attention to what this person's doing. So he or she is edging away from a group that they're very close with, while the group leaders, so to speak, this Queen of Cups and this King of Pentacles, they are inflexible and unwilling to adopt new ways of doing things. So this person already has a lot of pressures on them while they're trying to get something going for themselves, to negotiate vis-a-vis maybe even restrictive or people who in some way take away from what they're doing. So what you need to do in this situation, how does he feel? It feels like heavily distracted. And I feel like the vision that I'm getting for you and this person is walking shoulder to shoulder together. So standing up on your own 2 feet, doing your own thing is the best way to get through in this relationship. Then we have the 6 of Rods. This feels very good and exciting. So we have the 8 of Trees, Sun in Virgo. And then we have the 10 of Trees, Mercury in Virgo. There you go. That can be any sign. I'm just telling you the association. 5 of Hearts. Okay, so that's disappointment and sadness and sorrow. I feel like regardless of whatever, on an emotional level, this love interest of yours is in some way suffering a loss, because in some way what they want to do with their life is different than that which their environment is ready to offer them. So they're kind of breaking away from their community a little bit. And I feel like that is leading to sadness. They don't have enough people in their lives. They don't have enough support. Because doing your own thing, that's what happens. There's not enough support, but this person's happy nonetheless because they're achieving what they wanted to achieve all along. So it's not like they're disappointed. Let's clarify, they're happy and they're confident, financially very, very successful direction that they're taking. So they feel that confidence within their heart. And I feel like that's what they're willing to give to you. Like, I don't have much in the way of people around me. I don't come with many people. I come by myself. But look what I've look what I've earned for myself, and look what I'm willing to give to you. And then we have the Death card, clarified by the 2 of Hearts, which is Venus in Cancer. And then we have the 9 of Angels, Mars in Gemini. Okay. And then we have the 2 of Angels. This is Moon in Libra. Again, those associations are just general guidelines. So I feel as though that there is, so in tarot, when you have 2 2s, we're talking about 2 people, right? Often described as soulmates or twin flames. 9 of Angels is the misunderstanding that's forming between 2 people as they're trying to make peace in the situation and express their love. So I feel what is necessary is that, I think what this is saying is, if you're a woman watching this about a man, or if you're anybody watching about a woman, whatever your situation is, standing on your own 2 feet is what's going to get you through in this relationship a lot. Because when you stand on your own 2 feet and you go your own way, then the problems that arise around you don't in some way smear onto the people you're interacting with, or fall out over onto the people that you're interacting with. And I feel like you are going to in some way have to address I think you and this person are coming at this situation from two different perspectives, and your goal here is going to be to in some way bridge that gap. I think both people want a relationship, but the point is that this person probably does not want to be controlled or led, you know, in any way. They want a shoulder to shoulder partner, and so I feel like you have to be that shoulder to shoulder partner in order to satisfy that need within their heart. Let's take a look at clarifying cards. So for the Page of Coins, calling in your soulmate. So they've been very much working towards your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. They've been working really hard on the direction they're taking in their life a long time. They've invested a lot of time and energy to be where they are, and it's really from their heart. So never get between a man and his career, right? And so never get between a woman and her career either. But I feel like, yeah, there's definitely, this person is beginning a huge commitment towards something in their life, and it's something that they've had in their heart for a long time. So this is saying very strongly, like, respect that, and everything else goes second for now. Then we have the Faith card, Hierophant. That's clarified with new love. A new person has stirred their romantic interest. So whatever community, there's going to be a short period of pressure that's being put on people at this time, but they're going to receive someone new. Someone new is going to come that's going to resolve their agitation and their discomfort at having their personal boundaries transgressed. So by backing out of a community dynamic, sorry about the noises, I live in a big city, but up as this person, this love interest of yours, is backing out of a community situation, they're getting it's a tough go doing that, because it's offending the people that are the most strict, the most religious, the most whatever, dogmatic in this community. The people that are most about the community are offended by the person kind of backing out of that group. So they're giving them a hard time. It's a, you know, if let's say that it's a church group, so every Thursday they meet together, and now it's a little colder, and he feels the fact that, you know, people are dissatisfied, and the leaders, the people that are most about this imaginary church group in some way, are putting the most pressure. They're the most displeased. But so he is under a lot of pressure from this group of people to conform and go get back in line. In other words, don't do his own thing, don't date outside of the group, whatever. And so what I think is leading to is that there's going to be someone new who comes in to that group of people, and those people that are so focused on him right now are going to switch focus and focus on the new person. So what I'm saying is that this is a temporary flare-up in his social group in which people are displeased because they're more insular, they're more into just hanging out with each other. So the fact that he's branching out in more ways than one, it's ruffling their feathers. And so now they're giving him a hard time, but soon there will be someone new to focus on, and the pressure is going to leave him, and it's going to move towards this other person. Six of Rods, how does he feel? Playfulness. Okay, so to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. What I feel like has been going on is that he's been very, very restricted by either his family or his environment, maybe by school. And so I feel like his will has been so suppressed in the past. What I mean, his choice to choose what he wants for himself without someone else influencing it, that I feel like he is now kind of like a kamikaze pilot. So he's like almost kind of crazy about not allowing anyone to in some way dictate to him what is okay and what is not okay. I don't think it's as far as you can't say anything to him, but I do think he is more of a renegade and like kind of not atheist, anarchist, kind of towards trying to create for himself a good life. He is not going to give anything time that can undermine his enjoyment of life. So there's no dialogue here in which he allows for anyone to second guess what he's doing to get everything in life right that he wants. And it's kind of crazy to the people outside, but from within, where he's doing what he's doing, it makes perfect sense. He knows if he pushes hard enough, he's going to have the outcome that he wants in his life. He's not giving his life over to anyone else anymore. Maybe until he has kids, but anyway. So he's really enjoying himself in his newfound freedom, and he's extending that towards you. So that's the kind of relationship that this is turning out to be. Now let's clarify what the Death card means. Stay optimistic. I feel like you're dealing with someone who's going to be very hard to deal with for a time, but I don't think that they're a bad person. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, because when someone is that focused on their life, they're focused on me, myself, and I, right? And so anybody else becomes... they are in a stage of healing communities around them, and so anyone who is representing anything that's just more themselves on their own, another person who, then you're going to face some kind of a small backlash, because they have been living in very repressed environments from which they've pulled some kind of a way out. And so now you're supposed to be patient with this person, because there are going to be little blips and beeps and bumps along the road. And I think that if you stay optimistic, you have Two of Hearts and Two of Angels here working through a lot of misunderstandings. So although there may be some degree of misunderstandings, just to recap, if you're doing your own thing, following through with your life and really taking care of your career, your life, whatever you're doing, and you're like very self-contained in terms of how you're leading your life, then he's going to be very attracted towards you. And I feel like that's what he wants. He wants a relationship of two independent people who coexist together to support each other in taking the lead, in going forward in their life. Thank you guys so much for this choice, this option. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I have an all signs linked in the description about the same topic for your sign. So if you want more info, go over there. It's on the main channel. It's free. And thank you for watching. If you don't like this option, choose number 1 or 3. And have a nice day. Take care. Bye. Guys, thanks for joining me. Welcome to my channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. Let's pick a card for number 3. If you don't like this option, choose 1 or 2 at the end after watching it, obviously. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this how does he feel about you option. Okay, so let's take a look at your first card. We have the Electric Eel. Spirit, bring your ideas to life. So this is a creative relationship. You may have had a very romantic start with this person where there was a lot of insinuations or even things being said that in some way made you feel like this was going to be the romance of a lifetime. So I feel like you have, for whatever reason, this is me channeling, by the way, you have in some way felt suddenly like that energy was gone. So there was a lot of energy that had to do with love and trust in this relationship, and then suddenly the relationship sort of disappeared. The romance, you know, it became volatile. It became not as sweet as it was, and so now you are second guessing whether or not this dynamic is what you really truly want it to be. And what this is saying is that you should maintain your confidence in yourself, in your own creativity through this situation, because this is something that in which you will very much get to enjoy your creativity, enjoy a dynamic in a relationship, but you have to have confidence in your creative ability, in your ability to manifest. You have to have confidence in those skills, because this is what the other person feels towards you. This is what this other person feels about you. Your ability to create is powerful, and this person enjoys that side of you. So when you are moping around or sulking and you don't seem very creative at all, their attraction towards you lessens. But when you're very creative, this person is there for it. So it's not like a fair weather friend. This person, and very much, is attracted to your creativity, and they want to participate with you in that. Let's start looking. So we have the moon first. So there was a secret. There was secret or some truth not being shared between people. Or maybe there was a Pisces involved. There could have been someone also who got involved in the situation and polluted it with words, feelings, talking. So there could have been people sort of poking around or being dishonest in the situation. Let's see the next clarifier. We have the Tower. So something really happened that was abrupt in this relationship. Something was very abrupt because there was a lie. There was a lie involved, and that caused circumstances to deteriorate very, very quickly. And so that really destroyed a part of the dynamic. But that creativity, you can't, you can carbon copy something that's systematically replicated. You can copy, let's say, something. Okay, let me show you this. So let's say, and I'm not throwing shade at tarot cards, but these cards are very old. There's no copyright on them, and the Seven of Pentacles. But this isn't about the card itself. This is about the artsmanship. So anyone can copy this, essentially. But it's just a picture of some lines and some colors on it, right? So anybody can copy it, anybody can do something with it. But when you look at a crystal, right, that's like creativity. And you can see all the lines and this is a citrine crystal, all the little lines and all the little unique pieces that have to do with this creativity. The crystal creativity, I know I'm going a bit on a tangent, is so much more complex that it can't be replicated, while these little simple lines can. So what I'm saying is, I'm going to get to my point, and that is that maybe something that fundamental creativity that you have within yourself, just like the citrine, is much bigger than any set of lines that somebody can copy or systematize. And so I feel like what you have within you is not replicable. If you don't I guess I'm drawing on the Never-Ending Story. If you know that book or movie, go read it or watch it if you don't know it. Or if you do know it, watch it again. But the innate creativity that you have within you is much greater than any kind of thing that somebody can take away. So yes, it feels like somebody was trying to take away a relationship that you were enjoying, in which the connection was really born out of creativity. Or maybe one of you had been robbed or ripped off because there was something going on that caused a huge divide between the two of you. I'm picking up deceit, lying, stealing. I'm picking up people whispering secrets or lying about secrets, spreading rumors, those kinds of things. And it's discouraged you to such a point that you don't even believe that you can get this person's attention. But just like the citrine, here, I'll keep it out for you guys. You have so many different, wonderful, unique aspects to yourself that no one can replicate, right? So the fundamental connection is there. It's just, how do we bring it about? Let's see the next message. 5 of Wands. So he's in that stage of being nervous. I feel as though you've had a breakup with this person, or distance has grown between the two of you, and this person is feeling that, but they're in that stage where they're nervous because they know something's off about what's happened. They know whatever happened was sort of not right, and they're in that stage where either they will just let it go and forget it and it'll be lost to karma for another lifetime, or if there's enough positive influences in this situation, then, and if that communication happens, if a conversation or communication happens in time between you and this person before all is lost, then there's an opportunity to salvage this relationship, because that connection through your creativity is so primal. Being creative, a very small portion of the population is actually truly creative. And creativity, it's true, it's statistically researched, and so when two people have a creative connection, that is a blessing. That is a very unique thing that's very hard to break. So if you're finding yourself, if you're watching this and you're heartbroken or lost, you and this person have a creative connection. And even though there's been a lot of things in the way, and I feel like there has been, if you're a woman and this is a man, I feel like there's another woman who has been involved in this situation, ruining it, literally. And women ruin things for other women in relationships all the time for lots of different reasons. Just the pettiest reasons. Women can be so horrible to other women for no reason at all. So I feel like it feels like there has been like electric eels, like just shocks to your dynamic, to your relationship. He's unwell. He's closed the door on that situation, but he's unwell with it because he knows that on some level what's happened, he doesn't know what's wrong. He's not in on the secret, but he knows something's wrong. And if you get to him in time, and if you have that conversation in time, then this relationship is salvageable. Here is the next message. We have the Hermit. So as I'm telling you all this advice, I'm like, do they chase after this person? Do they try to knock on their door and try to clarify things? No. You're supposed to sit back and let things happen. Allow things to come together. You're supposed to take a step back. I'm a Virgo, so Virgo rules the Hermit card, but this is you. This is any sign, right? So I feel like you're very much, you have it within you to create the life that you want. You have that creative power that I was describing. The best thing you can do in this dynamic, in this relationship, is unleash your creative potential, do your creative piece, and let him see. Do you see? I don't know if you can tell. All these aspects of who he is are looking in different directions, right? Let him see you doing your own thing, and then the connection will be reforged. Okay? So let's clarify. We're just starting out here. Hold on. So the Moon, let's clarify. I'm dedicated to keeping the cards as they come up. So I'm sorry if you don't like this option. Choose one or two if this is too harsh or scary. 5 of Trees. Okay, someone did something because of a lack of money. This was a person did something shady because of a lack of money. Page of Hearts. A gold digger. Okay, great. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, innocence. There could have been a gold digger involved in which started the lies and all the BS. So someone needed money, and so they latched on to his energy in order to get money for themselves. An unscrupulous person. And then you have the Universe and the World card, expansion. So we have the Moon, the Page of Hearts. This person left the circumstance, most likely. They're no longer there, or they're on their way out very soon. So this would have been someone in passing that that said some things, or I feel as though somebody didn't have money and so they got involved in a situation and they were psychopathic enough to not care what happens to, or narcissistic enough to not care what happens to the people that they influenced, or the people that they had an influence on. So yeah, some bad person was involved with people that were innocent, honest, and just pure. That's you and this other person. You guys are both sort of naive and sweet people. You're not the conniving, conniving, manipulative gold diggers. Okay, so there was someone who was involved that was very shady, and they came into your situation and spread lies and made it bad. And I suspect that your relationship with your love interest was fairly recent, or maybe not even established yet. So it could have been like a love interest, and someone came around and exploited it for their own benefit. The Tower is next. You have the Knight of Stars, Gemini, a Sag, Leo, or Aries. It could be a Gemini. It could be an air sign as well. It could be any sign. Somebody left very quickly. So he left you very quickly. The Acceptance, Sagittarius. Someone left very quickly. Flip 10 of Angels, Sun in Gemini. This could be a Gemini involved. I feel like someone had a complete breakdown in... Someone left very quickly a situation. I think that he became aware that he had been lied to, but it was too late now. And so now he's trying to, that's the stress. He knows something happened that shouldn't have happened. He knows someone influenced the situation that shouldn't have had any influence therein. And this can also mean that a situation or circumstance happened very quickly because someone left very quickly, someone ran away very quickly. And I feel like there is a situation with someone is involved in this situation with whom there is no negotiating left. There is no negotiating left to do with this person. This person there is absolutely nothing else that can be said in another situation. This isn't love, your love interest. This is my channeled message for you. There's a situation and an impasse where there's a complete lack of how you think about this person, how your love interest thinks about this person. There is just nothing, no redeemable quality left. So the strong message for this is very, very strong. Do not pursue this and trying to reconcile it or trying to fix it. You're not going to, again, the message comes through very strongly that you're not supposed to reconcile and try to fix the circumstances that you're in. You're supposed to, in some way, stand back, do your own thing, focus on yourself, and build up right now so he can see you being productive. And there's a really strong message of don't get involved in all of that. Okay, so don't get involved in other people's things. The mud will stain your clothes too, right? So the splatters, the peripheral splatters will affect your life. So the answer is very clear. You're supposed to go into hermit mode, do your own thing, and know that if when a man goes into their cave, you're not supposed to talk to them. You're supposed to give them the room of the cave. And if you're dealing with a woman, just switch it around to your situation. But this is very much that scenario. If you add your 2 cents into this situation, you're throwing what's healing out of balance, and you're ruining your opportunity. If you stay within your creativity and you keep doing what you're doing, just quietly standing up for your voice, then he's going to see that, and that's going to be the lighthouse for his circumstances. The lighthouse represents a light in the darkness where the ships know which way to go to find land. Okay, so you have the Five of Wands, we have the Shadow. This person still believes some of the lies that he's been told, so he has to work through them to figure out what's going on. But I feel as though his attachment to those feelings is waning. Eight of Hearts, Saturn in Pisces. So he knows that he is, we all go through this when you realize that you have in some way believed a lie and now you are working your way through it. Don't blame him for believing the lie. He doesn't know. When he realizes what the lies are, he's going to back away from them. Three of Trees, dedication, hard work. He has to put in the time. I feel as though his time has been wasted a lot. I think that someone has wasted his time a lot, and now he has to put in a lot of work to play catch up with circumstances. His emotional attachment to the lies is waning, and it's that creativity, the lighthouse, if this was a standalone reading, I would give it the title of the lighthouse of your creativity, because I feel like you and him both have these creative juices or abilities, and people who are not creative have in some way been stifling. And in this circumstance, this is his environment that's been stifled, but it's affecting his relationship with you. So let's see the Hermit. Let's clarify. Six of Trees, Moon in Taurus. You need to find a Moon in Taurus person for friends or receiving, or for a relationship. Remember, in this circumstances, yes, you're both the creative spirit. You both shine the same light. But I feel like if he's not able to save himself, why should your life suffer because he can't get himself together? So you are the receptive vessel. You're a cup ready to be filled with his love. But sooner or later, you may have to consider some other opportunities, because you can't sacrifice your own life for a situation that's not confirmed. So Six of Trees, Moon in Taurus, you may do very well after dealing with this with a Moon in Taurus person who's being generous. But I feel like for many of you, this is the relationship you want. So even though you have probably been to a certain degree offended by these circumstances, maybe someone said something, or how could he even believe the things he believes about you, whatever it is, I feel like you're still supposed to be the receptive vessel, the receptive cup, to just grab all that, the liquid of love. It's a metaphor, but you're in some way receptive to receiving. And when, in whatever way this person is going to be giving to you, you need to be in some way prepared to receive that with grace. So rather than when he's giving you, even if it's a portion, a small portion of what you deserve, if he's giving you something, then you receive it and you let him figure it out how to give you more and more and more. Provided it's increasing and he's improving, you're okay. If you see too much stagnation, or worse, if you see a retroactive movement, which means that he's giving you less and less, then you have to start thinking whether this relationship is functional or not. So you're dealing in a complex situation, but I think you're both very sensitive people that have very wonderful energy. And I feel like, yeah, sensitive people who have a lot of energy, so give it the benefit of the doubt. Knight of Trees, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, secondary transits in air, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, and the Ace of Angels, Ace of Swords, Wisdom. So that's what you're waiting for. You're waiting for him to sort of get everything figured out so that he can communicate to you his awareness. When he realizes the awareness piece, right? When he really realizes the awareness piece, and and he realizes what's important and where his priorities are, then he's going to reach out towards you. But again, like I just said, if your relationship is increasing in intimacy, if it's increasing in closeness, then that's a good thing. If it's stagnant, it's a bit of a warning sign, but it's not the deal breaker yet. But if it's retroactive, that's if he's giving you less and less and less, and he's getting sucked back into the lies, and there's this impasse that's affecting your relationship as well, then you need to really deal with that at that level. That's the level at which you start thinking about restructuring the relationship. Let's clarify the moon. So for the moon, we have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And then we have the tower. You deserve love. You are lovable. So there is something to do with lies that he's been told that either broke you guys up already in the past or has seriously impacted your relationship in a negative way. So much so that he stopped focusing on the shared creativity that you share together, the strength of creativity that you both share, and started focusing on the lies and on the deception. And then there is a situation in which there's an impasse. Maybe this is a situation that you need to find closure for. I was trying to figure out what this all means. Maybe you have a situation with someone like an ex-husband, an ex-friend, in which there's just absolutely nothing left in that situation for you to draw from. And maybe it's time for you to really put closure to something. And you deserve love. You don't have to listen to this person's harassment or whatever it is that they're saying. And I think this person knows that you deserve love as well. So they're tied up with you in a situation in which they're being horrible to you. There's absolutely nothing left there for you to draw from. And then they're but then at the same time you both deserve love, and so it's better for you to go back. This message here, this hermit here, when I picked the original 4 cards, what it showed me right away, the channeled message was, don't go here and try to make it better. It's a dead end. Two people are too drastically different. They believe different things. It's like this person believes in lying and manipulating, and you're super honest. Dead end. Okay, so this hermit, I'll tell you guys about that in a minute again, but this is really saying be the receiving point. Don't initiate and don't try to fix situations. Not right now anyway. 5 of Rods. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So this is where spirit comes in, and this is where spirit's very, very comfortable, very, very important in our lives, because spirit is here saying, after everything's been done, dead and done, he may have walked off and left the situation completely, but his spiritual beliefs are guiding him back. It is spirit that's telling him, this is a special person. Who cares that you heard these rumors and you put your foot in your mouth and you behaved like a clown? And yes, they're going through a breakup too, but this spirit allows him, your love interest, to rise above all the things that would have broken the relationship otherwise, and still give it another try, because it elevates the way that we think about life. Spirit elevates the way that we think about life and the way that we relate to it. And so allow him to sit with spirit, allow spirit to guide him back into your life. You're supposed to sit there and wait for this guy to come along. I'm sorry, I have to tell. I don't like that kind of energy, and I'm not like, go be a damsel in distress, sit in your tower and hopefully he'll come and get you. No, I'm not that woman. But I do feel like at the same time, you're supposed to allow him to get his peace and to sit with spirit to understand what actually motivates him. Get in touch with what motivates him. Let him feel guilty for what he did. He deserves it. He deserves to feel guilty for what he did. And then when he works through his feelings, then he'll come for you. And I think that you're going to receive this very nice message, or very, very nice communication that's going to be like, let's talk. Like, you're not going to have to argue. You're not going to have to make your point. Your point's been made. It's about him figuring out what your point was in the beginning. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. It's coming to you. So you've already done the work. Now sit back and yeah, just take it all in. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you don't like this option, choose number 1 or 2. That's how he feels about you. You're dating a bonehead, but a nice one anyway. So I wish you all the best. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.